Hi folks, Hugo Rivera here with HugoRivera.net, bringing you another Facebook Live session where I'll go ahead and cover a fitness topic and then we'll do a little FAQ over here. Today I want to go ahead and cover how to fix uneven muscle growth. So a lot of you have asked me and told me about the fact that you have like a body part on one side that is bigger than the other, right? So for example, like in my case, I've had times where my right chest is smaller than my left, all right? So there are ways to go ahead and fix disproportionate muscle growth. And this is something that, happens to everybody. It happens to beginner athletes and it happens to advanced athletes alike. Disproportionate muscle growth or having muscles on one side of the body grow more than the other is totally normal. And basically today I'm going to cover some recommendations on how to fix it, okay? The first recommendation I'll make to go ahead and fix this is the following. First and foremost, practice perfect form, okay? By ensuring that you have proper form, not only you ensure that the targeted muscles are the ones that are doing the work, but also that both sides are putting an equal amount of force as the movement is performed, okay? That way you prevent imbalances. Some people, they want to go ahead and get results very quickly, and you see them doing an exercise kind of like obviously that's not only going to foster injury, that's also going to foster muscular imbalances because you're all over the place doing the exercise, okay? So first and foremost, if you have some muscle imbalance, be sure to go ahead and practice perfect form, okay? The second thing that you want to do is you want to concentrate on activating the muscles of the weak side. So when performing the movement, really concentrate on using and squeezing the muscles of your weak side to move the weight. This extra concentration will ensure that the dominant side is not the only one doing most of the lifting. Okay, so for example, if you have, like, again with the example of the right chest smaller than the left one, make sure that as you do the movement, you really and truly contracting with this side. And as you're a beginner, you may not feel it as much as I feel it. Like I can literally create I have such a good mind to muscle connection right now after so many years of training that I can really and truly just feel my muscle contracting and activating. But when you're a beginner, the connection is not as good. But just make sure that if this is your weak area, just make sure that you're pushing really hard with it, because that extra attention is going to allow those fibers to activate more, okay? The other thing too that you can do is perform extra sets of unilateral movements to only target the underdeveloped area. Doing a few extra sets that solely focus on your weak side will teach the body to better activate the muscle fibers of that side, okay? Unilateral movements are movements that can be performed with just one side of the body. Let's go ahead and talk about these. For example, you could go ahead and do unilateral flies, okay? How do you do them? Well, if you're holding the dumbbells here you go. That is only working out the chest, right? And what I like to do too, if I'm focusing on a weak area, is that I'll go ahead and slow down on the way down. Like I'll go ahead and slow down 3 to 4 seconds and then take my time on the way up. Keep a 1 second contraction over there and then go again. That's a fly. Now you also have a unilateral bench. Again, assuming that my right side is the bad side, you're going to go ahead and do it with the right side over here like I did. Using the other way to kind of like counterbalance myself, okay? If you notice. So I'm going like this. Obviously, if this is your bad side, you will do it like that, right? All right, so that's that. You also have ways to do pull downs unilaterally. Just put a handle on the pull down machine as opposed to using the bar. Put one of those single handles, and you can go like this for your pull downs. You could do a reverse grip pull down. You could do a neutral grip pull down as well. You could do a row unilaterally also. For the shoulders, obviously, you have unilateral shoulder presses, lateral raises. You could do unilateral dumbbell upright rows, unilateral bent over laterals, unilateral front raises. So you have all those options available to you. For your thighs, obviously, you can go ahead and do lunges. You can do Bulgarian squats. You can do single-legged leg press. You could do single-legged leg extension as well, okay? I have a comment over here from Amin. My left leg is 1 inch bigger than the right one. Is that normal or not? And how could I fix it? Yeah, that's what I'm covering over here. And your question is great, and thank you for posting it, because how much is uneven muscle growth? Well, uneven muscle growth, in my opinion, is anything larger than an inch difference. Because typically you have one side that is, like an inch bigger than the other. But if you have over, half an inch, I'm sorry. You have one side that is bigger than the other by half an inch. But if you have more than half an inch, if it's like a full inch, that's definitely uneven muscle growth, and you have to address the situation, because otherwise it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. The other thing that I recommend is that you track your progress. Every couple of weeks you collect measurements, and if you see a trend to where there's a body part that is already like 3/4 of an inch bigger than the other one, definitely make sure you go ahead and hit that harder already with the way that I'm, with the things that I'm discussing in this Facebook Live over here. And if you missed the beginning, just be sure to go ahead and take a look at the replay, because I already covered 3 ways that you can go ahead and fix this, okay? I'll keep talking about it though. That's the deal right there with this whole problem. Just go ahead and make sure that you take a look at the measurements. If you see a trend for some body parts that, hey, you're creating a bigger and bigger differential, go ahead and attack that immediately. And I'll keep talking about how to attack this, okay? So again, you can perform extra sets of unilateral movements that only target the underdeveloped area, like I mentioned before. I'll go ahead and post some sample routines here of what unilateral type of exercises look like and all that stuff. But like for example, a chest routine that can go ahead and fix, like say a right side that is not as big, would be like incline bench press, and you can superset that with some unilateral dumbbell presses, right? And then you go ahead and do some chest dips, and you superset that with some unilateral incline flies, right? So that's an idea right there. And I'll go ahead and post more of these routines here. The other thing I wanted to go ahead and tell you, because I didn't finish up, because I got into the question, because it was a great question and I wanted to tackle it immediately. For your glute and hamstrings, you have the ability to do like some lunges, pressing with the heel to activate the glutes. You have the ability to do some unilateral leg curls and some unilateral stiff-legged deadlifts. The stiff-legged deadlifts unilaterally are a little bit more challenging, so if you're not advanced yet, go ahead and kind of like save those. But you definitely can go ahead and play around with various leg curls, just one leg at a time, and also with the lunges, okay? For the calves, that's pretty easy. Just either unilateral calf presses or unilateral one-legged calf raises, okay? That's the way to go ahead and tackle uneven calves, all right? With that said, if one whole side of the body is visibly way more developed than the other, let's say that you have an inch difference or more, right? Then what you need to do is that you need to perform workouts that are just completely unilateral, all right? And what I mean by that is that, let's say that you have one chest, again with the chest example, you have one chest that is way smaller than the other. What I suggest then is that you go ahead and work out your body parts twice a week. I work out all my body parts twice a week, and basically, if you take a look at my free 21-day workout that I'm posting over here, you will see that I basically recommend a twice a week frequency, okay? So what I would recommend is that one of those days you work out normally, you work out all of your body parts and maybe throw in some extra unilateral movements for the lagging area, and then you have the second day which is all unilateral based. So you're just going to be doing some unilateral flies, some unilateral presses, incline, flat, all that stuff. So that's a great idea there when you have a huge differential between sides. All right, so again, I'll repeat. You'll go ahead and do one workout that is normal, and you may choose to add some extra unilateral movements for the lagging areas, and then you'll have a workout that is just for the lagging areas, okay? In that manner, you're just really and truly focused on the parts that are uneven. That way you can fix them as quickly as possible, because, I mean, it's great to have size, but if your size doesn't look good and you're not symmetrical, that's not a good thing. Asan says, great job. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. So that's the whole deal with that. Now, a lot of people tell me, do you train heavier for the lagging body parts? Do you go light? What do you do? Well, as always, be sure to periodize your routine so you can continue to experience the gains in muscle size and strength, you know. And again, in my free 21-day workout that I'm posting over here, I'll put the link here so you can go ahead and click on it and download it. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and post it right now. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and put it on let me put it here on the comments, if I can find it on my computer. And I'll also put on the description over here once I go ahead and post the replay. But for now, let's see. Oops. Here's my free 21-day workout. Yep. Oops. Technical problems. There you go. I just posted. That's my 21-day workout there. The other place where you can go ahead and find more routines, besides my YouTube channel that I posted there, it's my books. Here we go, the Body Sculpting Bible for Men and the Body Sculpting Bible for Women. They have tons of routines, as you can see, all periodized. Because the ticket is to change the repetitions. You gotta do higher reps for a period of time, 3 to 4 weeks, lower repetitions for a period of time, 3 to 4 weeks. Because the ticket is to push the body to the brink of overtraining, then back off to allow the body to recoup and grow. Okay? If you keep the routine the same all the time, well, guess what? No periodization leads to stagnation. That's what I always say. So you will stay the same and you're not going to grow anything. So with the same thing with the uneven muscle growth routines, you will periodize them. So during the periodization period of higher repetitions, you will do the techniques that I proposed, you know, adding the extra unilateral movements and doing the whole day of unilateral movements if need be, if you have that much of a difference between body parts. And but you will be, you know, everything will be structured to where you're doing high reps for 3 to 4 weeks, and then for 3 to 4 weeks you'll go heavier. Okay, so that's the whole ticket right there. Anyways, with that said, I think I covered the topic pretty well. That should go ahead and give you some really good guidelines on what to do if you're missing size on one side versus the other. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to go ahead and answer them right now. And if not, I'll be wrapping up. It's late on my end over here and I gotta go ahead and work out. But if you have questions, I'm happy to go ahead and answer them. So I'll give you guys a few secs. Let me take a look at the comments. Let's see. Left leg is 1 inch. All right. Hi there, Suren. Some kind of comments over here. That's nice. Let's see. All right. 1 sec. Just refreshing my page to see if I'm missing anything. Because if not, I'll just go ahead and finish off over here. And I'll be back next time. Let's see. Nope. Okay, cool. It looks like no questions today. So if any kind of question pops up, just be sure to go ahead and send it via my private messenger, and I'll go ahead and answer them when I come back on Monday morning. I think I'll be here on Monday morning around 12:30 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, which is New York time. So I'll definitely be looking forward to covering another topic and collecting some questions over here. Anyways, with that said, thank you for being here and joining. Until next time, take care and train hard. Bye-bye.